Ernie.
Hi, Ernie.
Hi, Ernie.
Hi, Mr. Ernie.
Hi, how are you? Woo! How are you? Oh, you guys look great. You look great. How are you? Good to see you. Wow. How are you? You guys look beautiful. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, I'm so happy to be here. We got a great show for you. You guys ready for this?
Yes.
We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. We have a lot of special guests. And in fact, I've got a big surprise for you right now. You know who's here? Dr. Oz. Hey, Ernie. How are you? Hi there. How are you?
We're good.
You know what? Telly Monster and Abby from Sesame Street, everybody loves you guys. You know that. And they're here for a real surprise that you don't want to miss. All right, I'm going to ask you now. Are you guys ready to find out what's really going on? Better things that are happening in our world?
Yes.
I'm prepared to tell you about that. I know that it's not easy. It really isn't for us to escape negative thoughts and stories that make us really feel helpless. In many ways, it makes us feel hopeless as well. But this is a show about being positive. It's about balance. And we need to hear more about good things out there and the people who are making a true difference. In the next half hour, I want you to feel better about life, about people, and about yourself. You ready for this?
Yes.
First up, I want to show you three very familiar faces from New York who are changing people's lives through charity. I call it positive impact. He's a Yankee with hitting power, but Mark Teixeira says the real power is in helping others. So you're working now with the Harlem RBI program. You just gave $1 million to that program. Tell me in a nutshell, why is this so important to you?
Well, it's so important to me because I was given such a great opportunity as a kid for education. Socially, I was able to enjoy my childhood. And then athletically, I was able to play baseball and pursue my dreams.
Yeah.
In Harlem, at Harlem RBI, we're trying to give kids that exact same opportunity.
My favorite thing about Harlem RBI is baseball.
My reading level gets higher.
Baseball. And we get to meet new friends.
There are kids, kindergartners, that are telling me, thank you for helping me out.
Mark Teixeira.
Third graders that are saying, you know what, Mr. Teixeira, thanks for coming out here and thanks for helping me get an education.
Right.
And I'm a very small part.
Brought down by Michael Strahan with sack number 5 on the year.
Michael Strahan, football's been very good to you, and you have been very good to people. I know that you're really concerned about children's rights and opportunities for young people. Why are you doing this? Why is it so important to you, Michael?
I think for me, it's about giving them opportunities. And more so than that, just making them believe in themselves. I would like to just, do what was done for me, which was have somebody believe in me.
Yeah.
Have somebody invest a little time. Have somebody say, you know what, you can do this.
Yeah.
Have somebody say, you know what, I'm proud of you.
You work with a lot of charities, and you're a role model. They look up to you. How does it feel when you know that you've impacted on so many lives?
It feels incredible.
Yeah.
It's one of the you don't say I'm doing it so that I'm doing it for myself. Because you really, if you're going to do something and be charitable, you do it without expecting anything back. I mean, that's true charity.
26th time in franchise history, they are the world champions.
He's the champion of champions, legendary Yankee manager Joe Torre. He loves baseball, but also loves the charity that's close to his heart. What you're doing with your Safe at Home Foundation is wonderful, because you're touching the lives of so many people and you're having a positive impact.
I have people come up to me and say, I'm not even a baseball fan, but I really appreciate what you've done. That's what life is all about. I mean, to me, the sleeping at night, when you feel that you have helped someone else, or at least pointed someone in a direction is very positive, that person. A lot of times people don't understand, and like I didn't, what their strengths were. I referred to this next generation as our treasure. These are our children. We turn it over to them. You know, we're taking care of this until they take over.
Good man. We're proud of you. How about a hug?
I love it.
Okay, man. Joe Torre, you're the best.
Thanks, Ernie.
How about that? These guys are terrific. We thank you so much for doing all the good things that you do. And speaking of giving, by the way, do you know that last year Americans generously gave more than $300 billion to their favorite causes? Isn't that amazing? Wow. That's incredible. And speaking of some things that are amazing, a positive attitude can create more miracles than any wonder drug. Dr. Oz is here with 5 things you need to know about living longer and happier. Plus, the positive influence of one of the most popular TV shows in the world.
Ernie, I stay positive by watching the news and seeing how horrible the world is doing. And I go, woo! Glad that ain't me.
Oh, man. Welcome back. I hope you're all feeling good tonight. I've got more to tell you about. You know, it seems like every day we just hear about recalls. Sometimes it's dangerous toys, unsafe cars, and over-the-counter drugs. We can't ignore this. This happens to be very important information. But we also need to hear about what's going on that's really working well. How's this for positive? Do you know that a baby born today is expected to live to be over 100 years old? Is that great? I love it. Something else that's really wonderful, there is further research that says a positive attitude can create more miracles than any wonder drug. I believe it. I hope you do. You want to hear more about terrific things like this? Then welcome a very good friend, Dr. Oz, to talk about positive lifestyle. Hey, how are you? Good to see you. Have a seat.
Well,
come on over. Oh,
this
it's
is so
good.
great. I got to applaud you. It's
Thank you.
fabulous you're doing this. I think it changes the agenda a little bit. You know what? So much of our life experience is based on the beliefs we have. You're thinking positively, Ernie. You change those belief systems.
Well, you know what? You have led the way, too, in many ways, and I know that we talk about so many things on your show. Talk about the link between positive attitude and good health.
Well, so much of it comes down to stress. You want stress in your life. The only time you're not stressed is when you're dead. Right? So
We don't want that.
No, you don't. When you look around at populations where people live to age 100, because you mentioned the kids born this year have a good chance of getting there, there are places on this planet where people live to age 100 4 times more frequently than if they live in New York City. So what gives? What's going on there?
Right.
They're not frail. They keep physically active. They eat whole food, real foods, and they have a way of dealing with stress. But fundamentally, when you've developed techniques that help you overcome the little barriers that hold you back from being who you are, you've beaten back stress.
We're talking about this whole thing about being positive. It's contagious. I think when people start feeling positive at work, at home, wherever they happen to be, it works. It makes a huge difference in how people react to problems and stress, which is great.
You need to feel like you're a raindrop falling into the ocean of humanity. You need that level of connectedness. And when we can achieve that, that's what gives us the strength. Listen, humans have always struggled, right? No matter how down you may be today, with the bills in your life, the kids not behaving, your spouse isn't listening, it doesn't frankly matter, because at the end of the day, we've always had those difficulties. What's kept us going is we can build a social fabric, a network to keep us going in the right direction.
And you know what? You also have a surprise, and that's like there are 5 things that we can all do to live longer, live better, live healthier. Let's hear about those 5 things.
Well, number one, without question, you got to eat whole foods, real foods, foods that come out of the ground looking the way they look when you eat them. In particular, if I move to step number 2, make sure that half of what you eat are the vegetables, especially the non-starchy vegetables.
Beets are good, right?
Beets are fantastic.
Great.
I love those as well. And frankly, eggs are okay as a whole food because they're real. Your body knows what to do with an egg. And eggs, by the way, do not increase your cholesterol. That's a myth. They really don't. Obesity increases your cholesterol. But you also want to cut out the sugars, the simple carbohydrates. They are the bane of our existence. They're addictive. Without any question, we've talked about this on my show a lot. They're what are causing the obesity epidemic. They drop your cholesterol because they cause belly fat. Now, those are the 3 diet things. Number 4 is you got to fidget. You got to move around all the time. And you don't have to go exercise for an hour at the end of the day. I want you to be the one who gets up at work and walks to the other guy's desk. And if you do that, you avoid the frailty that I spoke of earlier. What kills Americans more than anything else is we get weak. So we can't weather the storm of beating off cancer or heart disease.
There's
And the
something
fifth
else
thing-
on your list is massage, right?
Yes.
I like this.
Or any kind of touch. Somewhere
Yeah,
you can touch
a
somebody
nice-
else.
a nice
it
massage.
works
We like
because it
this.
gets all those chemicals flowing and it makes you feel, again, like you're part of the fabric of humanity.
Absolutely. You know what else is great, too? Because I was reading where the U.S. Surgeon General, Regina Benjamin, said we should be dancing more. Dancing is important because it helps us physically and emotionally, right? You like to dance.
It is the best way to beat off Alzheimer's. Let's do it.
Let's do it. I hear the music. They're having a good time over there. You know what? We're going to go over there. The party is just getting started. When we come back, how we can help change the world. Meet someone who's doing just that. We'll be right back. Hey, let's go. Woo!
Hi, Ernie. My secret to staying positive is gratitude. An attitude of gratitude, it's called. I know how lucky I am.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Well, many of you know that I have written a special book, a book for children, and it's called Ernie and the Big News. It encourages young people to dream big. And when I go out to speak to thousands of students in auditoriums throughout the New York area, my message is very clear. You are unique. You're one of a kind, and you know what? Their faces light up. You can see them. I tell them that everyone has a special gift to choose a career that they love and help make the world a better place. You know, Gandhi said, be the change that you want to see in the world. And I'm talking about you. Yes, you. Everyone has an opportunity to do this. I want you to meet two of my friends right now, Dr. Debbie Maggots and Chelsea Cross. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thank you.
Terrific. Chelsea, you started at a very early age, at age 16, helping young women just like yourself, didn't you?
Yes, I did. At 16 years old, I decided that I wanted to make a change, and 16 wasn't going to stop me. I wanted a platform for teenagers to come together, voice their opinions, have their opinions heard, and feel like they're not alone. I mean, the teenagers today, they get looked at in a bad light, and I was sick of that. And I was like, you know what?
Made a difference.
It's time to make a change, and I didn't take no for an answer.
Absolutely. That's exactly it. She didn't take no for an answer. She said, you know what? I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to be part of this victim mentality that you hear about every day.
Too many people think that life is happening to them and not, realizing, like Chelsea did, that we're creating our own world,
Yes,
and we
we
can
are.
help others create their world. So you take one step and it's a domino effect, and it can make so many changes, for yourself and for everyone else.
And Chelsea, you feel empowered, right? You feel that, you know what, I can make this thing happen. I can change this belief, this system of not being able to do anything.
Well, I say making a change is my drug of choice, because once you start impacting others and seeing the repercussions of making this positive change, you want to keep going and going and going.
And some people don't like the feelings that they have when they're going through this change. I mean, Chelsea is rare. Most people stay stuck in one spot. So you have to really push yourself forward in order to make that change and make it the drug of choice.
Yeah, and this whole thing also is a process, right? You have to have perseverance. You have to have passion for what you're doing. It takes time.
And a lot of patience. Too many people want to go to Z before they've gone through the alphabet, and you have to just stick with it and know that your dream will come true.
And that's why I say start early.
Yes.
Start at 16.
And you don't necessarily have to be young. At any age, you can just say, I want to do something positive.
And I have to leave you with, if you take one step, it leads you to something. Just make one small change, and it leads to the bigger stuff.
I love you guys. Thank you for inspiring all of us.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. And we can all make a difference. You know that. Speaking about making a difference, how about influencing 100 million lives and still counting? That's the power of Sesame Street, and I'm taking you there when we come right back.
Hi, Ernie. I stay positive by helping other people.
Oh, there he is. Very, very famous face. Grover and the Sesame Street cast have been a super hit in children's TV programming. Now, really, here is a great example of how media and education can work together to provide a phenomenal influence on our young people. I want to share with you this amazing story of how this brilliant show has experienced longevity unlike any other based on television. Positive ideals, social activism, and entertainment. This is Positive Influence. We're doing something about how kids can feel positive and how people can feel...
That's good!
Yeah, how do you stay positive?
Well, Elmo just loves everybody and loves being alive.
His face and voice are known around the world. Elmo and his friends at Sesame Street have been helping children learn and laugh for 42 years. Kevin Clash has been the man behind Elmo for more than a quarter century. Tell me why you think this show has had such longevity.
But the simplicity of it, also, you know, dealing with love, respect, you know, learning. All of those aspects are very, very important to living in a positive world. And so I think what I love about Sesame Street is that it really deals with the basics of how you're supposed to respect one another and the things that you're supposed to learn.
Elmo. Abby. Big Bird.
We know that children love it, but also adults love it even more so, you know, because they grew up watching it. And then they give it to their child, and then the child becomes a teenager, they find it again, and then the child becomes an adult and have their child.
That's right,
You know, so they find it again. So it's like this unbelievable tradition of the show being there.
It's interesting because there's so many different characters than when I was growing up.
The show's been around for over 40 years, and there's a reason why it's been around.
It's been a part of our life since she was born.
One thing that we did that I loved was when 9/11 happened, you know, kids saw firemen and policemen, and we did a whole piece on Elmo. There was a fire that happened in Hooper's store, and there was this fireman with all of this stuff on and scared Elmo.
Hello, Elmo.
Hello.
And so Maria took him to a fire department, and he got to learn about all of that. With something that is so difficult for a child to deal with, you know, bringing it down to where they can understand it and learn from it and get excited about it.
Will you play with me?
One of Jim's quotes is, "This is bigger than us. This show is. It's bigger than all of us," because it really hits the masses, and it continues to in such a positive way.
So you like to stay positive and happy, and you like to smile a lot, don't you?
Yeah, because Elmo really doesn't have anything to not smile about. Mr. Ernie's World. La 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 la, la 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 la. Mr. Ernie's World.
That is so good. And look who's here, another legend from Sesame Street, the one and only Bob McGrath, one of the original hosts, and he's brought along a bunch of friends. Abby and Tully Monster are here, and the Young People's Chorus of New York City. You are all great for being here.
Thank you.
I know you love music, and you also love children, Bob.
I do both. I've been singing since I was 5. I'm lucky enough to be the music teacher on Sesame Street, and I've seen the great results of kids having music in their lives.
Thank you for all you do.
All kids in all grades.
I agree with that. Hey, hi there. You look so good, Abby. How are you? Good to see you, sweetheart. Are you feeling good tonight?
You bet I am.
Do you feel positive?
Yes, I do.
And you feel happy? Can I get a kiss? Oh, God, I like that. Well, look who's here, Tully Monster. How are you, buddy? How are you doing?
I'm good for me. You know, I'm not as positive as Abby here, but I'm doing good for me.
Well, we're working on you, aren't we?
I'm working on it.
Okay, you feel better tonight?
A little bit better than before, yeah.
Thank you, Tully Monster. You know what? I feel a song coming on. I wonder why. Yeah, I can almost hear the music starting up. And listen, by the way, I want to give you a copy of my book and a children's book for everybody in the audience. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. I want to remind you to stay positive, and we'll see you next time. Okay, everybody, let's go. La 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 la. Here we go. Sing our song. Sing out loud. Sing out strong. Sing of good things, not bad. Sing of happy, not sad. Sing our song. Make it simple to last your whole life long. Don't worry that it's not good enough for anyone else to hear.